hospitals, schools, offices, anywhere with a whiteboard, where necessarily they don't want to replace the whiteboard, they just want to replace the writable part on it. So instead of paying how much money to get the hardware, you can just put this right over an old whiteboard, and it's practically brand new, with all these benefits to it. And so with that same adhesive, we also have a chalk film as well. So that one, again, homeschooling, home offices, restaurants. In fact, the reason I put this up is just to kind of show what you can do with it. So here at Drytac, everything is $0. I don't know if you can see that. But this was printed UV, and this is the wipe erase. Right here, this is the Chalkmate. So it just gives you a really good idea of what you can do, with this. So with the same adhesive, this is all just the Retac line. So when you think of Retac, think of ultra removable repositionable films. So we have it in smooth as well. So smooth 150 and smooth 75. Retac smooth 75 or smooth 150 is the 6 mil, same microsphere adhesive. And then the Retac smooth 75 is the same type of adhesive, but it has a little bit lighter of a coat weight because it's a 3 mil. You don't have to laminate any of this. And then we have that in textures as well. So with the textures, we have linen, sand, canvas, and then we just released a wood grain. So your applications are going to be decal, stickers, point of sale graphics, interior decor. And this is the type of film too where you can stack however many you need. So I know that we've been doing some rink boards where you just stack, and then for every quarter they'll come and pull them down. And so you don't mess up the paint, or I'm sorry, you don't mess up the ink when you go to take off the first layer. And so let's see here. You can also use this to wrap walls. There is a fire rating on it. That is something that we can get the information to you on. But especially with the textures, it's really good to wrap your walls with that, because if you have any walls that are not absolutely perfect, I'm sure you know if you put any kind of smooth vinyl up on there, you're probably going to see it. And so with the textures, it doesn't necessarily hide it completely, but it definitely hides it. And then, like I said, with the adhesive, you don't have to worry about bringing the paint down on that. So if you have a customer who's leasing out a building, but they want to wrap their walls and kind of make it feel like home for the duration of their lease, this is a really good product to use for that. Because like I said, you have the peace of mind that when you go to bring it down, you're not going to mess up the wall and have to pay however much money that you have to pay to get that fixed. And there's also no height restrictions on this either. Last year, when Aquaman, the movie, did, when it came out, there's a movie theater in Canada that used this stuff. And I mean, these graphics were 40 to 50 feet tall, 3, 4, maybe even 500 feet wide. I mean, it was pretty extraordinary what they did. It went up great, came down great. You didn't mess up anything. So it's just a really good family of products to use. If we had any questions, I can definitely answer that right now.
Do you have any pieces of the texture that you can show, that you can?
I do. Yes, give me 1 second.
While you're looking for that, Daniel, do you recommend butting the seams or overlapping them if you're going to do?
You can do either or. It's a polymeric film, so you don't have to worry about it shrinking. So definitely good to just test it out first and just see what you're comfortable with, but either one.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the copy of the wood grain. I'm going to see if the camera can pick up on the texture there. Sand is pretty self-explanatory. And this one's actually the most popular for the wall wraps. We have linen. And then canvas is actually my favorite one. It's a pretty deep textured canvas. So really neat for wall wraps. And then we also So the rest of this was all matte, and so with the Retac 150 and the 75, we just came out with a gloss as well. So you have an option to do that where you don't have to laminate that.
What about on for glass or stainless steel?
You can. There are other products that we would recommend, but it definitely would work for that. Whenever you go to pull it down, you wouldn't have to worry about adhesive being left behind. I know that that is a really big concern with a lot of people, especially if they pay, thousands of dollars to have their windows tinted, and the last thing they want is to have the adhesive scratch it or damage it when it comes down. But you can put it up on glass.
Are you aware of any testing or any results that have happened for the Retac line on the new Canon, the new gel?
I think Steve Yarborough has some information on that, but at the top of my
Okay,
head, I don't have anything for that.
okay. I was just wondering if you'd done any testing yet.
Hmm.
Okay. How about contour cutting? Is it easy to contour cut? No issues because of
Yep,
the
no issues at all.
adhesive? Okay, so it won't curl.
No, it will not curl.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
Frank Thompson,
We have a question. How about elevator wraps? Would
yep,
it be
it'll
a good
definitely work for that.
application?
In fact, we do actually have a job that somebody used it for an elevator wrap, and it was great.
Well, good. Well, I think it is very unique about the wipe erase because a lot of the wipe erases out there, I know that we've tested, and because of that slight anti-graffiti, it does make a big difference where it doesn't show that continued ghosting as
Absolutely,
far
yeah,
as
and that's the hard coat that we put on it. I know with one of my customers, we tested it with a Sharpie. We wrote on it with a Sharpie, and we were able to get it off with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Absolutely no ghosting on it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Danny. We really appreciate your time today, and we're thrilled to be selling the Drytac line, and particularly the Retac. We've had some huge successes, some very large jobs, but that's what makes this material so unique. It can be a large opportunity for our customers, or it can be something just a simple decal.
That's
But once
absolutely
you
correct.
start, yeah, once you start printing and you do really well on the smooth, then you already know you have you're set, you're dialed in for your printer to be able to print great images on all the textures. So
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Well, great. Any other questions?
I don't see any. Steve said his mic is not working on his phone, but I'll get you that information about the Canon. Oh, we have not done testing on the Canon gel inks, which I'm sure that's something that we'll probably get to eventually.
Oh, I see him. Okay, yep.
Great. Good deal.
Okay,
I will email you all that stuff, and if anybody has any extra questions on it, feel free to reach out. Look forward to answering any questions.
great. Thank you very much.
And
Have a
thank you
good
very
day.
much. You too.